Welcome back, Truth Seeker. I want to take a moment to talk about the organic side of this study of letters and numbers and dates in the calendar year. If you're new here, I've talked about this several times before. Today, September 25th, having another one of these moments where I'm saying, wow, isn't it strange how it worked out this way? This morning, the book went over 3,000 sales. The current count is 3,002 sales, but it hit 3,000 today. And it probably would have hit this number yesterday if there wasn't the glitch at Etsy that kept a lot of people from buying the book. But anyhow, 3,000 sales today. And what's interesting is today is the 67th day of my age. I'm 35 years old right now. If you write out 3,000, it has Gematria of 67. And this number is very relevant to my birth. I was born July 21st. If you write out July 21st, it sums to 67. If you write out my father's name, Timothy Hubbard, it sums to 67. If you write out my mother's name, Donna Hubbard, it sums to 67. And 67 is the 19th prime number. The 19th prime. And I was born on July 21st, 1983 at 1919 military time, 7:19 p.m. local, born on the West Coast in Portland, Oregon. My name, and my parents say they don't know why they gave me my name, they just liked the way it sounded. There's no Zacharys in my family, there's no Keefs. But anyway, Zachary Keefe Hubbard. 7 letters in Zachary, 5 in Keefe, 7 in Hubbard. 19-letter name. 19-letter name, born in 1919. And my parents, they didn't have a clue about Gematria. But again, this is that organic side of the code. That's why if you go to your bookstore and you check out a book in the numerology section, it'll teach you how to decode your name. And it'll point out that if you learn these numbers, you'll see how they come up again and again in your life. And the weirdest thing for me, and I've talked about this before with regards to 19, is I always had girls, women named Katie who liked me. Always had girls named Katie coming after me. And Katie's a name, when it's spelled Katie, that has Gematria of 19. And it just makes me go, well, no wonder the Katies have always had a thing for me. I guess this is just the way the world works. And in case you're new here, the other thing about my name and my parents beyond the 6719 thing is this. The cipher that you're supposed to use, that's supposed to be the most pure for decoding your name, is this right here. The dark blue one, it's the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. If you go to a numerology book at the bookstore, this is the method it's going to teach you. It's going to say decode your name this way. And you know how they say like father like son? My father's name is Timothy Stephen Hubbard, which sums to the exact same thing as Zachary Keefe Hubbard in that cipher. Zachary Keefe Hubbard, 89. Timothy Stephen Hubbard, 89. My mother's birthday is September 8th. 8/9, like 89. And if you do a search for this, what's the coldest day ever recorded? It'll come up right here. The lowest natural temperature ever directly recorded at ground level on Earth is negative 89 degrees Celsius, negative 89 Celsius, and it was on the day July 21st, 1983, the same day I was born. Isn't that a trip? It really weirds me out. And you want to know what else weirds me out? I'll tell you what else weirds me out is this right here. Where I moved to, where things have gotten really numerological ever since I moved here, is Yakima, Washington. Notice the Gematria of 89. I didn't think about that when I was moving here, but that stood out now that I am here. And what else is funny is I was supposed to get the keys to my house July 1st. The builder, I talked to him just days before. He said, yep, get up here July 1st with your moving truck. I'll have the keys to the house. Be able to get you in that night. So I get here July 1st with the moving truck, and the builder's not picking up his phone, and he's nowhere around. And he finally calls me back, and he says, oh, sorry, we're not ready. And then at that point, I went up and looked into the house, and I could see that it wasn't ready at all inside. And it was looking like it was going to take forever. But July 3rd, he got back to me, and I got the keys to the house July 3rd. Isn't that interesting? Yakima, Washington, 73, July 3rd, kind of like 7-3. So 73 is also the reflection of 37, like Zachary. You know, here I am at 35 years old, but this is the more pure one right here. So, life is strange. Life is strange. I can tell you that much. But yeah, things do happen organically by this code. And when you're aware of it, you can observe these things and it'll make you scratch your head a bit. So thank you everyone who's purchased the book. 3,000 sales so far. Hopefully a lot more to come because this knowledge needs to be spread far and wide. Every English-speaking person deserves to have this knowledge. Again, the book's 773 pages long, and I priced it at $5 because, again, I want everyone rich and poor to be able to afford it, and if it sells as well as it should, I should have more money than I know what to do with. But in fact, I do know what to do with that money. A lot of money comes up from this book. Let's just say somehow this takes off and we have 1 million sales in the next few years. Multiply that times... I get to keep $4.40 of every sale. Isn't that nice? Etsy gets a decent chunk of every sale, but that's a lot of money. And unfortunately, unless we overthrow the IRS before then, I'm going to owe a lot of taxes. But the thing is, I want to use all this money that comes in from this book because I don't need anything else in the world. I got all I need. I have a nice house. It's all the way paid off. I don't have any mortgage payment. You know, I don't need fancy things. I don't need jewelry, cars, nothing. I got everything I need. All the money that I make from this book, it's going to go towards expanding this cause. And again, what I want to do with this work is hire people, create like essentially a Gematria news network where we can put out higher quality, podcasts, video casts, blog work, etc. And also create a true reporting team that goes to the scenes of things and reports on the scene and gets attention in the communities where these acts that we expose happen. And I hope this happens sooner than later. It would be a great thing for the world if it did happen. It needs to happen. So for all of you sitting out there on the fence, not sure if you want to buy the book, you're cheating yourself and this movement that needs to happen. I'll put it to you that way. All right, truth seeker. Until next time.